playing skill.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. Wanna be famous, they act like they made us, you know I'm icy in Vegas, this for the haters, I make a lot of new money, when it's not savers, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause, ice on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out flash, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold-out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between our visitors and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This will be fielded at the 8th. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Strip that ball.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Yellow. On the line. 52, come on. You. Yellow. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
From the 40 now on second down. Mahomes complete. The tight end Kelsey. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 32-yard line. This is Smith. Muscles him off. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
Brings up second and 2.
On second down, here's Smith. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And it's 3rd down.
Set, 180. Check back.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
52's the mic. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's caught. Smith. 4 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Pick it up, T. Watch safety creep. Attack. Safety's creeping.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes going up top. It got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Smith. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tremont Smith with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
and I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Rivers from the gun on third down. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Chris Jones coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2 at the 20-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Check 31. Check. Easy. Check. Recon, 132 fighting.
Now it's Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 13. 57's the 66.
On the ground, this is Smith. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On second down now, it's Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Yellow, there's a wire right. I got you, punk. Tight end right. Hey.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Smith. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
61. Matchbox light.
Now here's Mahomes. And unsuccessful there trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. They tried the throw on 2nd down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You got nothing.
Hey, 57. Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
Echo.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the kick by Butker is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've got nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Hey, check right, 6. Got you. I got you.
From the gun, Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A. First down, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Frank Clark just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hey, only go load it. Load it.
Bang, 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 bang.
Run 80.
Check, crunch,
Orange 5-4.
crunch.
Hey, orbit. Hey, speed hunt.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Throwing on second down, Rivers. Allen's got it, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Last week in that wild card win, only 1 catch, and now he's got his first catch here, and it's good for a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Gets it to Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The kick by Bryant is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Mahomes now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Mahomes. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Keep it up, guys. Kill. 6 guys.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
You ain't got nothing.
To throw is Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Mike, son, 190.
I'm coming after you. Slam.
Red Delta.
He's checking.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Von Miller with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Watch out for Hill on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. the 20, 10, 5, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10.
Makes the score. Chiefs 17. Chargers 10.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
57. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Switch.
43.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 39.
Yards on the play. And a Kansas City Chiefs first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You don't get tired of seeing me. Kill. 64, weak.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Quick. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Hey, 43, 15.
Check 3.
Hey, 57.
On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Hey, 15.
From the 22, Mahomes. That's going to be caught. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Check. Lucky.
Trying to punch it in with Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Yellow.
Check. 4 down. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Push him back. Push him back.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Melvin Ingram able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone, and now it'll be 4th and goal. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. An 18-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. This will be taken short. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the...
There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 84 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Chargers 17. Bryant set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Mike, 57.
Mahomes going to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On 2nd down. It's Grant, and he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Hill, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Switch up, switch up.
Hey, yo, go.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
57 to Mike. 57.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Motion. 57 to Mike. Mike 57. Watch the out. Watch the
Hey, 43.
Save.
Here's Grant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Hey, 57.
Undercrunch. Showing it.
Here we go now with Smith. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tremont Smith saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So
The Charger drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Rivers. He completes it to Henry. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Mahomes. Running over the middle by Graham. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Smith trying to run for it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Slam, slam, slam. Check, 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 check.
Hey, hey.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's going to let it fly. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Hey,
Round 80.
hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Keep it skinny. Round. Load it.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go.
That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, 190. Hey, Rocket.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Shift.
12.
On second down, Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Alpha!
He's coming, double up.
Q.
From the gun, Rivers. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Charger drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 18. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part 1, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of a season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis.